Okay guys, we're going to be looking at our YNAB budget tutorial here today. Got my cup of coffee and ready to kick things off with. Going to be starting off with this YNAB. We're going to be going forward every other bi-weekly. We're going to be adding stuff to the account, basically making this into a simulated account so that you guys can follow along. The opposite weeks will be actually going into my own budget and we'll be following along that way. But today, I'm going to show you guys how to set up your YNAB account and create your budget for your future. Okay, so the very first thing we need to do is once we get into YNAB, is we have to add some accounts. Now, you will have linked accounts and unlinked accounts. I'll be showing you guys how linked accounts work in my own personal budget, but for today, we're just going to use unlinked accounts for just the ease of the tutorial. Here, you'll have several different options for it. You're going to be tracking either your liabilities or assets. Those will be your debts, mortgages, student loans. That's what will be in those. You got credit cards, lines of credit. And then our main ones that we're going to be concentrating today on is our checking account, our savings account, and I'll be also making an emergency fund along with it too. So first thing, we're going to get a checking account, and I'm going to simply just name it here, checking account. In our checking account, we have $1,000. We are out doing this as if it was August 14th, so we're going to be now, this is where you see you have $1,000 for your checking account, but also with YNAB, what you're going to see here is $1,000 to be budgeted. From here, you'll be able to then allocate your funds into the budget so that you're going to be budgeting every single dollar. Now, I want us to look at our another account here. We're going to be making a separate emergency fund account that we're going to be starting to fund here this month. And we're going to call it emergency fund. And we're going to make that a savings account. And right now we have zero balance in it, so we're going to have to work on that. So we have our $1,000 in our checking account. We also have no money in our emergency fund, so we have no protections against Murphy and what might come after us. Now we have our budget here. Now our budget's going to be full of different categories and everything. We're going to be just concentrating on the top here. Our main ones are fixed expenses, which are the expenses that we have every single month, and then also our variable expenses. Some of the highest categories we'll see, and the ones we can actually adjust the most when we're going forward, is your groceries and also your gas. Okay, I'm going to be showing you guys how to add a new category here. One that we all know is dining out. So we're going to save that category there. And you can also move these around just like so. So we got groceries, dining out, and gas. And if you wanted to make a whole new group, all you have to do is do this. You're going to hit new group on the upper left hand corner. And you can say things like savings, fun stuff to save for. Okay, and there it is. It's added up there on top, and we can scroll that all the way down. And as you see, everything crunches up a little bit, and we can put that there on the bottom. Now, I do have emergency fund there on the bottom, because once we have money in the emergency fund, we don't want to touch the emergency fund. We want to leave it as its own separate category all the way at the end of your budget. Okay, so now we hit the done button, and we have our $1,000 that we can allocate. But how do we decide on what we're going to allocate first? This is where you have in YNAB, you can set certain goals when you want to have the money available in your bank account to make the payment, or you can have a certain amount of money in there to save up over a certain amount of months, actually go ahead and spend it. So let's get started here. First one we're going to look at here is our rent. So that is every month, and we are needing this for savings, and we don't need it at the end of the month, but we do need it on the first of the month. So simple as that. Our rent payment is $850 a month. And we will save that. And you'll see on the far right side, it turns to yellow. And your goal needs another $850 to stay on track. So let's move on to our electric. And I'm going to do the next few of these pretty fast. And I might fast up the video for us just to get through a few of these. Okay, I got all of our goals set up here, and what we can now do is start allocating our budget here. It is the 14th of the month, so there are a few things that I want to electric bill due here on the 21st. So what we're going to do is we're going to allocate our electric funds here, and boom, there we go. As you can see, we got $100 in our electrical and $100 in available, and we have no activities yet, and because it hasn't been spent, because it won't be spent until the 21st. We have our internet bill, and that's actually due in 2 days, so we definitely got to fund that one. We're going to take that, and boom, there we go. And today is Friday, and we need some grocery money for tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow is Saturday, and as we can see that I have actually changed this one where it's actually a weekly goal. So every Saturday I want to have $100 so that we can go ahead and go grocery shopping. I'm going to actually allocate, now I am actually going to allocate $200 to this because we're going to have 2 Saturdays from now until our next paycheck. So I want to, of course, look towards the future when I am doing this. So I want to budget at least 2 weeks ahead. Now we're going to hit save there. Now you notice that this is still in the yellow because it's actually expecting us to have another $300 to reach the goal by the end of the month, because it is still going to be looking at it as a monthly plan for it. Now, our dining out, I've also customized that for $20 a week. So we're going to double that and put the $40 in. And this is our monthly budget for our gas. Usually we're going to look at filling up twice a month, which is $30. We're just going to need to do that once right now. We got our immediate needs funded at this moment. So now we're left with $605. We can take our $20 for next month, go to our water bill here next month, and now we can allocate that. And now we have $585. That is going to go ahead and fund our rent for September, because we've already obviously paid it off and paid our rent in August already. And that has it. That is our start of the budget for August. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. Thank you guys so much. Happy budgeting.